Staying motivated is a struggle. Our drive is constantly assaulted by negative thoughts and anxiety about the future. Everyone faces doubt and depression. What separates the highly successful is the ability to keep moving forward. There is no simple solution for lack of motivation. Even after beating it, the problem reappears at the first sign of failure. The key is understanding your thoughts and how they drive your emotions by learning how to nurture motivating thoughts, neutralize negative ones, and focus on the task at hand. You can pull yourself out of a slump before it gains momentum. So why do we lose motivation? It's lack of confidence. If you don't believe you can succeed, what's the point in trying? Lack of focus. If you don't know what you want, do you really want anything? And lack of direction. If you don't know what to do, how can you be motivated to do it? But the motivation killer, lack of confidence. When this happens, it's usually because we're focusing entirely on what we want and neglecting what we already have. You only think about what you want. Your mind creates explanations for why you aren't getting it. This creates negative thoughts, past failures, bad breaks, personal weaknesses dominate your mind. You become jealous of your competitors, of your peers, of your friends, and start making excuses for why you can't succeed. In this state, you tend to make bad impressions, bad decisions, assume the worst about others, and lose self-confidence. The way to get out of it, the way to get out of this thought pattern, is to focus on gratitude. Set aside time to focus on everything positive in your life. Make a mental list of your strengths, your past successes, your current advantages. We tend to take our strengths for granted and dwell on our failures. Making an effort to feel grateful, you'll feel fantastic. You'll realise how competent, how successful you really are. This will rejuvenate your confidence and get your motivation to build on your current success. It might sound strange that repeating things that you already know can improve your mindset, but it's amazingly effective. The mind distorts reality to confirm what it wants to believe. The more negatively you think, the more examples your mind will discover to confirm that belief. When you truly believe that you deserve success, your mind will generate ways to achieve it. The best way to bring success to yourself is to genuinely desire to create value for the rest of the world. Another motivation killer is lack of focus. How often do you focus on what you want rather than a concrete goal? We normally think in terms of fear. I'm afraid of being poor. I'm afraid that no one will respect me. I'm afraid of being alone. The problem with this type of thinking is that fear alone isn't actionable. Instead of doing something about fear, it feeds on itself and drains our motivation. If you're caught up in a fear-based thinking, the first step is focusing that energy on a well-defined goal. By defining a goal, you automatically define a set of actions. If you have fear of poverty, create a plan to increase your income. It could be going back to school, obtaining a higher paying job. The key is moving from an intangible desire to concrete measurable steps, by actions, by doing things. By focusing your mind on a positive goal instead of ambiguous fear, you put your brain to work. It instantly begins devising a plan for success. Instead of worrying about the future, you start to do something about it. This is the first step in motivating yourself to take action. When you know what you want, you become motivated to take that action. The final piece in the motivational puzzle is direction. If focus means having an ultimate goal, direction is having a day-to-day strategy to achieve it. A lack of direction kills motivation because without it, without an obvious next action, we succumb to procrastination. An example of this is a person who wants to have a popular blog or a good YouTube channel, but spends more time reading about posts and looking at YouTube channels rather than actually doing something about it, rather than actually writing a blog, without actually starting a YouTube channel. The key to finding direction is identifying the activities that lead to success. For every goal, there are activities that pay off and those that don't. Keeping track of your most important tasks will direct your energy towards success. When motivation starts to wane, and it will, it's inevitable. It's inevitable that you'll encounter periods of low energy, bad luck, and even occasional failure. If you don't discipline your mind, these minor speed bumps can turn into mental monsters. By being on guard against these motivational killers, you can preserve your motivation and propel success. You can propel yourself to succeed. I'm Robbo, or Born in Effect. Thanks for listening.